Yuta up. Now, before we get started with this video, I would like to say that I am a Yuta Kotsu fan. He's my third favorite, ironically behind Sukuna and Megami, which I'd say I'm suffering in success, the fact that Sukuna is in Megami's body and running a legendary gauntlet. Just wanted to get that out the way because I know the thumbnail is a bit much. This is me giving my thoughts now that JJK 250 is officially released. I wanted to kind of talk about what I thought they should have done. Now, of course, the narrative must go on, and it's Gege's story, and only he should write it. And as well, maybe I'll be asking you questions because I would like to see where the community or the fandom thinks the story's gonna go, or what's the popular opinion. Big shonen series usually get an announcement when it's about to end. You know, something like JJK ends in 10 chapters or X amount of chapters, whatever it is. And they do that to play up the ending and get the hype behind it, try and get more eyes on it, readers. We didn't get that announcement yet, so we're at least good for the next couple months with still having JJK running. And that makes me think the cleave will not work, or it's not going to kill Sukuna. I imagine the cleave's output, yes, it will scale itself to the target, but I can't see the cleave scaling higher in output than the user's current output. With Sukuna, it's different because he has so much curse energy in his output that it doesn't matter. But for Yuta, who's been fighting a really great battle and killing it, man has aura. Maybe Sukuna does have a little bit more than him, and that's what's going to do it. This is where Yuta could get eaten by Sukuna. I hope not. Or, you know, just thinking about it, the spiderweb cleave that Sukuna used, he is touching the katana. Maybe before it dissipates, Sukuna spiderwebs the katana and Yuta's holding it, and Yuta gets cleaved right back. Of course, there's always Fuga as well. We still don't know what all that entails with that technique, so we'll see. But I wanted to bring up what exactly I think Yuta did wrong. Now, before I said it's Gege's story, only he should write it, I believe that this is just an in-universe logic type of thought. Cleave should have been the short hit on the domain. Yes, Hollow Wicker Basket still would have took effect and rendered it useless, but with Jacob's Ladder scattered through the katana, you get more than one blow at him, and all you need to do is just poke him and the cursed object inside of Megami would be gone, would wipe away. Megami would come back. That feels like a safer bet than using Cleave. With Sukuna having Cleave as his own ability, he may know how to override it or just tank it because his durability or cursed energy output is higher than Yuta's right now. Suspension of disbelief is gonna need a rise. Don't you think Jacob's Ladder would have been more useful as a katana than the sure hit? Now, don't get me wrong, the cleave reveal was big in 250. 250 is a 10 out of 10 gas chapter for me, and I loved it. I don't have a problem with it. I know that it is a hyper and bigger moment revealed like this than it would have been as the domain sure hit. I just think that in universe it made more sense to do it that way. Maybe there's a reason why he didn't do that, and we'll see. Now, to go forward in Theorycraft, now that Yuta would be dead, at least he managed to hurt Sukuna enough to give Yuji a fighting chance. So the fight continues as is. Yuji is just getting hit by slashes, but they're not as strong, so he can kind of tank them. We get a good fight, maybe let's say up till 253. That's when Sukuna tries to open his domain, but he talks shit to Yuji, you know, gotta crush his ideal, so he's really pushing him down in the mud before he opens up his domain. Maybe he gets snuck by Maki and his hands get cut off. With the Soul Splitter and Yuji rushing in to deliver the final blow to rip Megami from Sukuna, we get Best Boy back, Megami, my number one. But Sukuna is able to start the merger somehow, and it's not a complete merger, so it's a weakened version. Megami gets sent off to go get healed by Shoko, and while she heals him, that's the Toji talk, and he'll come back when we need him the most. There's only one person in the afterlife waiting on Sukuna, and it's Yuji actually. He manages to be able to perceive what's going on because of his technique now, like Sukuna did to Jogo and Kashimo. Sukuna doesn't switch up. Instead, he tells Yuji his story. It's not a Heian era flashback like we wanted, but we would get Sukuna's origin through him telling Yuji just his life. Maybe something along the lines of him telling that clicks with Yuji, and it awakens something inside of him that he doesn't realize at that moment, but during the fight with the merger curse, it'll be his domain expansion. If the merger curse is the thing that merges all humans in Japan to that object or whatever it is, or that person, wouldn't Suguru Geto's will be done? Because if the merger curse does suck all humans up, then wouldn't curses cease to exist because they can't be reborn anymore? They can't be remade. There's no humans to leak curse energy out. So the aftermath of the fight with the merger is they don't need Tengen anymore because all the humans died with the merger, and it's them just rebuilding a new Japan. Almost as if Suguru Geto's plan actually came true, just a different avenue was taken to get there. And the way we deal with the merger will be through Yuji's domain expansion and Megumi coming back now with a fully realized domain from him seeing his technique be used by Sukuna. You might say, well, he doesn't have a Shikigami. Possibility with a fully realized domain now, the thing that is in the center of it allows for him to bring back his dead Shikigami. It doesn't revive people like the Goshudokuro or whatever it's called that people theorized, but maybe that bone structure lends itself to resummon the shadows. That would mean we have a fully tamed Mahoraga on our side with Yuji, Maki, and of course, best boy Megumi. Maybe through the fight, they realize that Yuji can become the vessel of the merger curse. Yuji is free of Sukuna. He has his own powers, his own strength. The fact still remains that Yuji has to die. This way, at least he would die around friends. A lot of them won't be there, but he would become the vessel for the merger curse. And Megumi, like he said at the very beginning of the story, I'll exercise the curse known as Yuji Itadori. Now that Tengen died along with the merger, Yuji died, Sukuna died, and Gojo died. All of those things were intertwined with each other, or mostly the Star Plasma Vessel, the Six Eyes, and Tengen. But Yuji and Sukuna was also said that as long as those two are around, the Age of Curses will never cease to exist. That would be the end of the story. I know it's not perfect, me just running it down real quick, but let me know what you think is going to happen from here on to the end game. Thanks for staying for the whole video. Until next time, stay normie, stay weeb, shit even in between is fine. Until next time, peace.